Unit Audio Review, Silent Majority.
Ah, yes. Was this the one where they kind of I vaguely remember it. They redid it all. It's like, oh wait, no, that was the other one.
Yeah, that was the one
That's
before.
been every episode in this
I
block.
remember. Guy becomes something. Crowd goes crazy, starts killing each other. Yada yada yada.
Basically.
Well, yeah. They basically set it up where the silence, basically, the idea is we're going to create such a storm of, this is going, we're going to blow up both the leaving prime minister and the incoming prime minister at the same time. That way we'll be seen by everybody, and then we can, like the moon landings, and we'll be able to, just, completely wipe that from everybody, and then that will be another thing people watch. Which, it seems to me, is going to a heck of a lot of effort when their indoctrination campaign was working. They could indoctrinate them to vote LeBlanc, but they couldn't turn that indoctrination technique on just telling people to forget about them and to not kill them on sight. I mean, use those same techniques, but worldwide,
Yeah.
Pop in behind some world leaders, spew some stuff, and then walk off. Just walk up, spew some stuff. He's like, you don't need to see, just move out of their sight, and then they forget who you will not attack us. It's like, what? And then you just cover their face for a second, and then boom, oh yeah. And then you just go on through, and they just walk up behind a major world leader and start talking. And then walk off, and then everybody forgets what they said. But it's, just do that enough times, or hack into very popular, just make a very popular cat video. It'll go around the world.
That's what they'd been doing.
Yeah, exactly. But do that with the message they were trying to get through with, because the whole point of the whole affair, the whole getting everybody to vote LeBlanc, is to kill them and then create a news story where everybody would see it.
The cat videos they had "Don't shoot us on sight," but it wasn't working because it wasn't viral enough. Because I don't know about you, but I don't watch cat videos.
Well, before you go to the effort of killing 2 prime ministers and rigging an entire election, how about you try some different ones? You space it out. You try and hit all the genres. Boom. You instruct somebody. You go and see a writer of a TV show, or a producer or something, and you get them in on the show. Tell them to let me on stage while you're filming this thing, this very popular TV show, and you just go out and you manipulate people to let you in on a bunch of popular content. And that's got to be a hell of a lot easier than trying to rig an election and blow up two prime ministers. And even that's not guaranteed to work, because a lot of people don't watch the news and wouldn't care that 2 prime ministers got killed outside of Great Britain. Outside of the UK, there's probably a lot of places where they don't care. You know, it's like, oh, well, there'll be another prime minister, and we'll deal with them. You know, or they don't care about politics and world news, and they don't pay attention to that. You know, it would be a historical thing that British kids would learn about, and they would see it. But it would, you know, if you want to hit worldwide, you know, it's going to have to be something, you know, more subtlety and guile would be better than we're going to rig an entire election and then blow these people up just to do this. It's like, just try different, you know, that the cat videos aren't working. We're not reaching enough people. Then, you know, do something else. Create an explosion somewhere else. Do some terrorist acts, but not, you know, where you don't have to do all this messing about with, you know, we gotta convince, instead of wasting all this effort trying to get them to vote LeBlanc, just spread that effort around different areas, trying to get them to not kill you. If you need to do something big, you know, just do a few terrorist attacks here and there, and then stand in with when the cameras come on. Stand in, tell people not to shoot you, then move on. It's probably a heck of a lot easier than doing that. You didn't have trouble getting a hold of explosives, so I mean, just
yeah. Well, never said that the silence were brilliant.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a very complex and ornate plan in order to achieve something you were already achieving within that plan.
Yeah.
And Kate actually commented similar. How they were already achieving that, the whole, you know, they already were getting people to vote LeBlanc, so clearly they don't have need for a pet prime minister.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want, so why go to all this trouble? And if you really want it, I mean, get some, you know, I know there's, you know, there's copies of, you know, it'd be a lot of copies to get a hold of, but, you know, you could also rerun, you know, redo, like, find a very popular place where the moon landing is doing it. Get a hold of somebody who can hack in and replace video, and replace, like, YouTube. Like, there may be a lot of people that see the moon landing through a YouTube clip. Okay, take that. Okay, have somebody take it out, erase their sound on it, and then dub over a new message and replace the video.
Buy Taco Bell. Buy Taco Bell.
It's a heck of a lot easier, and it affords the same result historically. You know, yeah, there's people who will see other clips of it, but for the most part, most people are going to see it through YouTube at least once or twice if they're going to, you know, if they're not going to see it, you know, that way. You know, maybe get into some National Archives things and swap out the videos, and that way, if somebody tries to access the National Archives to spread this version, you know, to spread the old version, it just spreads the new version, and then National Archives and YouTube, and that gets most of them, will eventually work their way out. But yeah, it annoys me, and it makes my gears turn as to how you could do this without having to be so, you know, oh, we gotta, you know, it seems, anyway. I repeat myself and repeat myself and repeat myself. But
convoluted. That's the term you're looking for.
Yeah, otherwise it seems overly done to achieve the same ends. Which is the main point of that entire episode is, yeah, we're gonna do that. And, you know, the whole, and Osgood had to break the hologram at some point, because that is way too good of a tool to let them have as a writer. It's like, yes, we
Yeah.
want to get into anywhere and get anybody to do anything we want to do. Oh yeah, we just hold up this hologram of the silence, and
Of course, they would have just forgotten about it anyways.
well, she seems to have held on to the memory enough that she could use it. Like she
Yeah,
had
but
some way of remember.
eventually, it would fade from her memory when she wouldn't have to use it, you know?
As long as she used it every once in a while, she'd remember it. But, yeah, it's just it becomes just a plot hole, just drill, just you're like, oh yeah, well you could have just solved this entire plot by having her hold up the hologram, the silence, and getting people to do what she wants. We can't have that sticking around, so we got to break the hologram. We got to break it so that we don't have to worry about that later on. But anyway, yeah, it was, it was what it was. It wouldn't, Doctor Who villains can be thwarted because they're stupid generally. They overextend or they make their plans way too complex. Like nobody ever takes the really stupidly simple thing and does that and goes, "Yeah, I totally have the ability to do all this. I'm just going to do this very, easily." It's like, instead of like the Autons, instead of, you maybe, well, that wouldn't really work, but they could build their technology to, have a carrier ship come into the atmosphere, and then get down to the below radar, and then send out all its probes below the radar, and then use that so that they wouldn't be detected. But no, Skyfall everywhere. It's like, yeah, just spread them out like you did, which is good because you're kind of filling them up where they can't. You're stretching them so that they can't take care of all of these spots. Okay, now make it even harder because they don't know where everything is because you've flown your little things to their location under the radar. But I digress. But yeah, it's generally Doctor Who villains are arrogant or stupid.
My favorite quote about the Master is from the Ronnie, and it describes most Doctor Who villains. He'd get dizzy trying to walk a straight line.
Pretty much.
Their ideas they try to go so convoluted. But then again, most villains do in media. I mean, think about all of those classic James Bond villains and all of those classic villains of like any super villain wannabes where they're like the Claw and those sorts of things. They always make the most convoluted plans, and that's why it fails.
Yeah, but they're funny though.
Yeah, but I mean...
All right, I'm going to get you, Gadget. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get 16 assassins. They're going to wait till wait till you fall asleep at night. They're going to go into your bedroom. They're all going to point their guns at you, and they're all going to shoot you at the same time. And then they're going to murder the kid and the dog, too. Just for good measure.
Yeah. Villains have the bad habit of trying too hard.
Yeah. Or better yet, I'm just going to fix an incendiary device on your house and I'm going to burn you down. I'm going to explode your house. No, it's not incendiary, but an explosive device and just blow up the house. Boom. You make sure he's home, then you blow him up within his home. He doesn't have time to react. He's dead before he realizes what's going on.
Like Osgood said in the Zygon episode, the way to kill you just keep shooting you until you can't regenerate anymore. Don't let you talk. Don't let you do anything. Just keep shooting you until you can't regenerate.
Yeah. But
The simple solutions are often the best ones.
Die! Yes, I'm gonna die! Yeah, die!
Right?
It's like,
but
thank God you saw bullets, changed clips. Die!
that anyway. Anything more to say about Silent Majority?
Would you say the silence is silent but deadly?
Sometimes. Don't make that sound, Dex. Don't make that sound. It gets them all gassed up.
Well, I mean, we're not in the same city, so we won't smell it.
I'm surprised I didn't make that joke earlier, or did I? And I forgot.
No, you did.
Any other final thoughts about Silent Majority?
It sounded like you were about to say silent but deadly.
No.
No, I don't have anything else.